Hey everybody, my name is Braden, and I quit my job today, and I start one tomorrow. But I want to leave, I want to move so bad. Please help if you want to. Nobody's obligated to do anything for me. I do not want to be here anymore though. Somebody's like, does it have to be so soon? Yes, it does, honey. Who are you talking to? Me? It just felt like, I don't know. Like, yes, this is the move. Trust me, this is the thing to do. You have no idea how good this is going to be for me. Somebody said, wait until he gets over to the East Coast. And he's like, and he realized how expensive everything is. Oh, yeah? You know what else is expensive? The rate of pay, I bet. Boom, because I've already been looking at jobs to get, let's see what kind of underwear he has on today. So did I say this? Yeah, I quit. Well, I didn't even say the words I quit. I just said, can I get paid today? Ain't no way I'm showing up this weekend. It costs $30 to get there and back. So it's like, I wasn't even really earning profit, but I kind of was because thanks for the help so much who's ever helped me to get there. I can't pay for my room tomorrow, unfortunately, even. So, you know what? If worst comes to worst, I can't pay my room tomorrow, so I'm just taking what I got and going, I guess, I suppose, right? Even though I can't afford it, but like, let's go, team, let's go. So tonight for dinner, I am going to have fajitas. I'm listening to Labyrinth right now. You know, the guy from Euphoria, he makes all the Euphoria music. I don't like putting magnets near me at all because it's like, what's it doing? What if I have like something metal inside my brain and it just pulls on it? I mean, I think it'd stick to me. I think it'd be bad. Like how you put them on your TVs, that's how I feel. And like how some people are like sketched out when they sleep, put their phone under their pillow. That's what I used to do when I was younger. Now it's usually just next to me because I don't need to be on it all night. Did you hear that? Yeah. I have a fun activity planned before I leave, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do it because it relies on a coworker. That's right, because I said I added one of my coworkers on Snap. And then maybe, you never know, I'm talking to a few people right now and just get them all banged out. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. That'd be fire. Or are they all like, oh my god, they're gonna see that and they're not gonna like it? Actually, me personally, if my man said that, I'm showing him I'm the best ever at head. If I were a girl, that's how I'd react. Then boom, he would never want to leave me. That's why do you get shirtless? Because it's like an actor. It's like I'm showing it off. People comment on my TikTok saying I could model, even though I'm 5'8". So thanks for that. Boost my confidence. So it's like I'm showing it off. I'm presenting myself, but also then if somebody I liked saw me, they're like me personally, if I saw a girl I liked and she was doing what I was doing, I'd be like, whoa, you can't do that. But yeah, that's right. I'm like a dog without a leash right now. Ain't nobody got me. So I'd be like, I don't want to see that. I don't want you to do that. And then they wouldn't do it because that's the kind of relationship we're in, mutuality. They'd probably be like, you can't do it either then. I'd be like, of course I wouldn't, girl. Only you get to see this. Unless I'm acting. What does the financial situation look like? I have $36 on Cash App right now. And then from work, he's like, 4 hours every day. And I'm like, okay. Because I don't know, that makes sense. I pretty much left at 2 every day that I worked. Don't do the math on this stuff, okay? Because look at, I earned profit. I can't show you money, I think. Because in movies and stuff, you can't show money. So I feel like that's true on YouTube, and that's why they use fake money. I don't know, Mr. Beast, isn't that all that real when they jump in it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 120, 130. Why did I count that? Minus 10. 140, 160, 180, 200, 220, 240, 260, 280, 290. Okay, I have over $300. Oh yeah, I could do that. I could do this. I can do this. I'd have to like find out how to put this. I'd have to go to like one of them spots where you put the money onto your card, because I can't, like, I'd rather buy a ticket online, because I'm pretty sure you can reserve 2 seats, but I didn't see how to do that when I was checking the bus ticket prices and stuff. And then I gotta pick out the best day, because well, nobody's gonna be able to track me because you don't know what I'm doing. So I want the fastest time with 2 trips, the fastest day that only takes 2 trips to get there and back. So if anybody wants to help with the ticket, then I would appreciate that. Or anything. Or if you buy me a suitcase before I go. I was recommended, not by anybody in the comments, but I could go to a thrift store and, by ChatGPT, I could go to a thrift store and get a duffel bag. That's what I mean, duffel bag. If anybody wants to help with that, I'd appreciate that a lot. Did I say last night about groceries? That's why I have fajita stuff. Oh no. I just bent this and it broke because I was messing with it. That's what she said. Put the dishes for fajitas. Man, I am gonna scarf those down. Last time, I had 7 or 8. I had 8 at once, and I didn't eat the last 1.5, so I feel really guilty, but man, that was good. How are there this many people playing GTA roleplay right now? Like, no way. Hi, I did the dishes, I took a nap, and now I'm gonna show you how to make fajitas. First up, I got 2 pieces of chicken, so I'm gonna have to separate them and then package one up with the wrap. Okay, what I'm thinking about right now is tomorrow I have a job at what is this lighting? What is shining down on me right now? Tomorrow I work at 4, but I'm just starting that job. So boy, oh boy, that's a lot. Because I want to leave. Like, I want to leave so bad, I'll just leave with what I got at this point. Because I can't afford a room tomorrow. So, I don't really want to get into that. Like, physically don't want to get into it. I mean, it's not hard to talk about or anything. Okay, after Tuesday, I'm hanging out with somebody, so I'm like, I guess I'll stay that long. So I just remembered that right now. Oh, I like to spray it so that way it doesn't get stuck to it. That's what cooking spray is for, so it's not sticky. Okay. And then this is olive oil. I usually use vegetable oil because this was bought in for me months ago by somebody. So I've just been using it because no reason to waste it. Use your resources. And olives aren't those vegetables, so must be fine to eat. I turn the timer on, so then when I'm cutting it, and by the time I put it on there, then it's already starting to get hot. Then you have to wait like 5 minutes and then flip it. Okay. Well, maybe somebody doesn't know. Did I wash my hands beforehand? Well, were they even dirty to begin with? Why would they be dirty? That's what I wonder. These are like some of my favorite pants ever, so thanks for that. Really, I think I look so hot and they're really comfortable. Also, I have honeycomb, if you didn't know, and milk, so I can eat honeycomb. I forgot to mention that yesterday. And I also have applesauce, so I'm not completely starved. Maybe I didn't need to buy groceries, but that's gonna fill me up. Also, how do I go about tomorrow? I could use some advice, I guess. Meaning, tomorrow, I have to show up to this new job and be like, hey, I'm leaving. So I feel like I should do that as soon as possible so that way I don't waste their resources and money. Because me personally, that would upset me. But also, I have experience in a job like this. So it's not like it'd be that hard to do it for 2 days or whatever. But then, even then, Because apparently your first paychecks are low or something, because maybe taxes. So I have to deal with that. So it's like, would it even be worth that amount of time? If I can get out of here, shouldn't I just go? Is how I feel about that. I'm really excited to just experience it. I can't think about dreading the bus ride, to be honest. That's gonna suck. And also, once I finally get the stuff to be able to pack up all my things, if I'm able to, that's the next thing to worry about. Like, I'm looking at it all right now. You wanna see? Here's what I'm dealing with. It's pretty much all that, except for the laundry bin. Well, somebody said put some winter clothes on my list. No! Look, I'm trying to leave. Why would I order more stuff? Doesn't make any sense. Do I even show up tomorrow, or do I call them ahead of time? Because I kind of have anxiety about it. I feel like if somebody directed me the right way and they like validated my decision, then I would feel less pressure to call them beforehand. I just feel bad because it's like, if I even go there and then say, yeah, I'm not gonna be here, then it's like I wasted money just to go there in person and say it. Not like I'm scared or anything. I can do that. It's just maybe because I feel like that's the right thing to do. But maybe for my financial situation, that wouldn't be very sufficient. I made it. No cut, by the way. Somebody commented, you're smarter than everyone in Boston. I thought that was rude as hell, because I don't think so. And there's also a bunch of college kids there. You know what I mean? Today at work, my coworker asked me, do you have a girlfriend? And I'm like, no, not really. Like, what do you mean? Not really. I just don't want one. So that's how I felt. That's how I feel. It's like, why are you even asking? And also I felt like we had that conversation before. He's a chill dude, but like, why are you asking me? I don't know. He's like, maybe in Boston. He said that out loud. I feel like he just wanted to verbally talk. And I'm like, yeah, maybe. But no, I wouldn't do that. You know what happened to Los Polos' girl? I think she got plowed by the O-line and D-line. So I would never get in that situation because it would always be trusting. Like a trusting relationship. Yeah. That's why I don't post with every girl I meet, because I gotta be comfortable enough to put you on the channel. If you didn't know. Like a few months ago I was talking about a love interest and that didn't go anywhere. So I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe when I'm playing basketball in Boston, there's a girl playing basketball and she's like cool. That's what I'm looking for. Just somebody chill who knows what they want. That same coworker today, even though it was my last day, we were talking a little bit. So one thing he said was, he's like, so you're close with your family? And to answer him, I'm like, they kicked me out because I didn't have a job at 19. And he's like, whoa, that's kind of messed up. No offense to your parents, dude. He's like, are you close to them? I'm like, I'm not really close to my mom. And then, well, I'm here, so. I said I miss my siblings a lot, because I do. This got cut out. There's like 10 minutes of the video that didn't get said, I'm pretty sure, but I spoke about them, and I'm like, I really just miss them, and I wish I got to hug them a little bit more last time I saw them. I saw my brothers most recently, because I have twin brothers. I think that's pretty cool. But yeah. So when I think about, oh, I don't want a girlfriend, like Flight React's advice, it's because I want to work on my career, so that way I can be like Logan Paul to their Jake Paul. And then, because I think when they get older, unless they're favorited, I don't think their lives are going to be any different. The only thing that happened to me was I was the oldest and my mom hit me. I think that's the only difference between me and them parentally, and they're just younger. So when they're my age, they're not going to have any college funds or anything saved up. You know what I mean? It's all just going to be expected, or they're going to be in debt. Because, for example, this is what I was thinking about at work today after my coworker asked that question. I was thinking about like, yeah, that is unfair. You're right. Other stuff happened, like my mom, I'm pretty sure at some point, she dived into my savings account that my grandparents would put money into for savings. You know what I mean? Like they created it at Bank of the West, and my mom went into that, and then she took them out at some point, all the money. I mean, sure there wasn't a lot of money, maybe like $600 to $800, but it's like, that's my money. That was supposed to be for my future, and you took it maybe to provide for me in the moment, but it wasn't for that, no matter what it was. They made a lot of silly decisions. They gambled a lot. I remember there was this casino in Hinckley, I think, or maybe Danbury. There was this casino, it had this big play place, and my mom would drop us off there while she played in the casino for like up to 3 hours with whoever. Maybe it was my dad, or maybe it was my brother's dad. She would just go back and forth. Not relationship-wise, just like, or maybe both of them at the same time. Yeah, I don't know what kind of relationship that was. But still speaking on it, my sister said my mom has cheated on my dad well, she did do that the first time, but that my dad is cheating on my stepmom with my mom a few times, which I totally believe, the way he kind of deflects about it. So maybe my sister was just saying that for dramatic effect, but that is what's up with my family. Did that make sense? Like, my dad has seen my mom in the past few years and slept with her, even though he's been married the past few years. You get that? Which is weird. I don't really want to think about it. I saw a picture of my mom. I did not recognize her at all. I'm like, no way, no way. Like that, who is that woman? I just couldn't believe it. I don't know what that says about me or if that's rude. It's just like, I'm just glad we don't look alike. I feel like if we were in the same room, you wouldn't know unless we were standing next to each other. But even then, it's like you'd have to put dots together. I just, like, thank goodness I look like I do. I say that often. People always say I look like my dad and stuff. I don't see it, and I'm glad I don't. I think that says a lot about my independence or something. I don't really know. Also, I was saying this yesterday about how the lady down there, my home girl at the front desk, she was talking about just keep being you. And also, people I've slept with say that, and then also the coworker didn't say that, but I kind of felt his vibe protruding that. So it's like, I already said this, like, maybe they hate themselves and they're projecting that onto me, but I don't really get why they would do that. Like, I'm just trying to be me, and why not to everybody else? Or maybe they do and I just don't see it. Like, okay, this is me, and when I got here, like, and when I go to work and stuff, like, I'm always just normal. I don't know how else to say it. Like, I'm always just how I am. I just be me everywhere. Like, I'm not shy about it or anything, or maybe I'm a little quiet and stuff, but I don't know how else to put it. Like, I'm not any different than I would be in front of my parents. If anything, I'm more polite in front of my parents. So, or monkey see, monkey do. If you think I'm disrespectful, where do you think I learned it from? It just spawned in as a trait. I'm just a spawn of Satan. Like, no. So I feel like that narrative's forced onto me. Me being disrespectful or irresponsible. Like, no. I don't think so at all. I feel like I'm super mature for my age, so I feel. And just because I be funny doesn't mean I'm immature. That's how I feel. Like, oh man, I'm too funny, I'm too comical. Maybe that means like I'm not mature, but wouldn't that be a cool job to babysit? Because I can do that because I've had siblings, even though my family didn't let me babysit. They hired a babysitter instead of me while I would still be in the house. It was pretty weird. It's pretty whack. I don't know. Yeah, probably because they didn't trust you. Well, I wouldn't trust them either, so I think that was just a forced narrative, and they never asked once, which hurts my feelings. I mean, I'm sure I could have made steps to be like, oh, please let me watch them. And I talked about this event once, where my sister, she was getting piped by her boyfriend at the time rather than watching the girls, so my sister was crying for over an hour. They like took a shower together, and I don't even want to think about that. And then they went into her room and then shut the door. When she put them to bed at 6 o'clock, the children. Are you kidding me? It was not her bedtime. It was summer too. Okay, now that it's been 10 minutes, I'm applying the feta season. Lover, you should have come over is playing. Okay, so what I was talking about. Hold on, I gotta like mix the water in and stuff and around. She got paid for that night, but I'm the one who took care of them in my opinion because she was crying for over an hour and they put me in the basement. If you ever had a basement room, you can hear everything if that's how your house works. That's how mine worked. I could hear conversations in a bedroom. I could hear everything except for my sister's bedroom because it was like a new addition to the house. It was built off, so I could hear my parents' room. I could hear the vents to my little sister's room. And the kitchen, literally every whisper in the kitchen, I could hear it like it was in my ear. I'm not even joking or harping on it or being too much about it. It was just like everywhere for me. I had my own bathroom though, and it felt like that 70s show some nights. Why do I talk about that? I just feel like that shows a great example of responsibility, maybe even morality, I don't know, humanity. She was crying forever and I had to go take care of it and I didn't want to because it's like, I'm not getting paid for this, but I still did it. That's not why. I guess I'm just jealous that I didn't get paid to do nothing when like I care about them a lot. So it hurt my feelings. I'm literally there. And they never even offered. And she didn't get punished for it or anything. People say, like somebody who agrees that my parents are bad, they're like, oh yeah, but they're the problem. They didn't punish you enough. Yeah, I would give you a sore backside if you were my child. I would have made you graduate high school. No, you wouldn't have, buckaroo. Like, no, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't have got your hand near there. I'll tell you that much. No, for real though. Who do you think won those fights with my mom? Who do you think's still breathing? I'm just joking. She would disagree. She'd say she won. which isn't the response you're supposed to have. And then she'd say she had to, like it was right. She'd have the respect into me, I think, or something like that. It's like when you really think about it, what are we arguing about? Like, what would that have taught me to do that to my future girlfriends? Like what? Like what are we getting out of this? I was thinking about this too today while I was at work. She used to just stare at me. Like when we go out to eat, she would just, like my parents are starers. They just stare at things and like stork-eyed. So when my mom, like when we'd sit down sometimes, she'd sit across from me, she would just stare right at me. And then I'd kind of like, you know, I'd be the kid and stuff. I'd be doing kid things or whatever, like maybe coloring on a Perkins placemat. Which I was thinking about, I'm like, oh yeah, we could add those to Hardee's Perkins placemat. Wouldn't that be really smart? The coloring pages, that would make kids want to go in there. That would make people want to go in there to go eat Hardee's. I think it just adds a lot, and they're probably cheap to make. Just to have kids menus. I mean, I guess they have the big menu up there. They don't need to be menus though. Let's just give kids coloring sheets when they come in. Boom. Also, crayons cost like $1 at the store, so I wonder how much business we would lose to give that with a free meal. I mean, fuck, to give free crayons with a meal. You know what I mean? Like the cheap crayons, like there's only 3 colors sometimes and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe that's bad for the environment or something, so I'll have to work on all that when I'm up top. It's like, I mean, that comment irks me so bad. Like, you'd have a sore backside, like, ew, why do you want to touch me so bad? About the staring thing though, I'd just be like, why are you staring at me? And she's like, I can't stare at you. Yeah, I fucking hate her face. Like, what do you mean you can't stare at me? Like, it's just like, why are you doing it? It's just all I wonder. Why are you so mad at me? So when I think about that, it's like, what could the reason be? I don't know. Maybe I'll ask ChatGPT later, but I'm assuming it's because maybe she sees my dad in me. Like I say, people relate that. So that just kind of creeps me out when I think about it like that. Because it's like, all she sees is her regret that she doesn't admit she has. So it's like, oh, if you don't regret that, why can't you own up to your mistakes? Why can't you admit what you did affected me too and apologize to me for it? She's like, I already apologized to your dad and made up for that. It's like, well, honey, it didn't only affect him, okay? If you were the president and he was your first husband, like that would affect the whole world. That would be a whole scandal that cheating on him would affect everybody, you know what I mean? Sorry if my comparisons are pretty drastic, but it's like, that matters to me. You know what I mean? You're supposed to set an example, and you didn't. I don't know what your example is supposed to be. Not a very good one to follow, so I'm glad I'm not like you. And she didn't offer me a job, even though she owns 5% of a bar. She didn't offer me a job there, so that sucks. She's like, you can come live in my apartment and pay me rent, and you can work at Dollar General down the street or the gas station. Girl, no, I'm not gonna up and abandon my life right now, which I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad things are the way that they are and they happened the way that they did. I'm not sorry for trauma dumping. I'm telling you, this is the way things are and why they are the way that they are, I feel like. So, like, should I be almost at 19? It's not like I was a bum just absorbing food and stuff and like living off my parents. It's not like that's even what I wanted to do. As soon as I turned 18, I wanted to pay rent. I offered to, because I was making money on TikTok. But no, they kept buying me carts. I'm very thankful, Father, for that. But it's like, what was your end goal? To keep supporting me? For what? He says he could have invested in Google, but you didn't. So why not invest in me? That's what I'm not saying people should because they're gonna get anything out of it. I'm saying that as a family, that's what we could have done. So today, when my coworker asked me, he's like, so do you have any family? And I'm like, I'm making my own. I am. I'm gonna be 20 in January. Ran out of storage. I finished Prison Break season 2 today. Or I'm about to. I'm putting some salt in there. I don't know if you're supposed to do that. I'm pretty sure it comes with salt. I'm just gonna add that because I want it. Did I say I think I like When It Rains was on? It's a really good song, and it was on. But now, Lingers on. That's what I'm listening to. It's some of the music I like. Those 3 songs I mentioned so far. Did you see my YouTube post? They should add pictures to comments on YouTube because I don't even use TikTok anymore. I think YouTube could be the best social media platform if they tried hard enough. Or Instagram could get on the long form of content hype because Mark Zuckerberg kind of knows what he's doing. I watched one time, me and all my friends tried shrooms, and then we watched, what's the Facebook? What's it called? The Social Network? We watched that. That was a pretty cool night. You should be safe while doing that stuff and only do it when you feel ready though, because maybe it's bad for your brain development. Maybe it's really good though, you never know. I don't know what this stuff is in fajitas, but like all the little parts like that, I love just picking them out. I don't love it, I hate it actually, but I just sit there forever. And sometimes I'll get a Q-tip and I'll scrape them out of the sides of this. You know what I mean? Do you see that? That's how fast I find the clit. Oh, he knows what that is? Yes. Also, here's the line you can use. Do I give it a heartbeat? I came up with that one myself, actually. What does that mean? You'll learn when you're older, I guess. Show I want to rewatch really bad is Euphoria, but I don't want to rewatch it because then I feel like I'm gonna get into the mood to want to do drugs again, if I'm being real about it. Which wouldn't be very healthy for my development, and it's a lot of money to spend. I'm just sharing, like that's why I won't rewatch it right now, because it's like, I wonder how my brain will react to it now that when I watch shows, I just sit and process them for fun rather than hitting a cart for fun to process it. I know it's like one of the spices, maybe an onion or something like that, but I really don't like whatever this is. It's got a weird bite to it. But that's my favorite fajita seasoning, so I have to get it. Maybe I'll find a new one eventually. When I get to Boston, I'm really excited to make tacos. I'm gonna make a video on how to make tacos, 'cause I feel like I'll be in the mood for that after just eating straight fajitas for so long being here. Okay, if you have any questions, if you want to help, comment or description. Thanks for watching.